I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 540. Welcome to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Hi, all my dear friends all over the world. It's a hot summer here, and I bet it's a hot summer where you are too, unless you're on the other side of the world, which is certainly possible. But today, I want to talk to you about some very interesting things because, first of all, this is my big celebratory season. This is the time when I celebrate my birthday, which I just came back from. And let me tell you something about birthdays. I just celebrated my 74th birthday. I've been doing this podcast since I was in my mid-50s, when I was probably more where you are in menopause, scared about gaining weight, wanting to figure out what I wanted to do with my career, just in a big question mark. And at the same time, my body was really annoying. And now, almost 20 years later, I'm here to talk about turning 74 and what that is like. But I have to tell you this, that if I hadn't done the work where you are right now, this wouldn't be as lovely as it is, because it is such freedom and so peaceful to know that food is just food and that my body is up to me and it is under my control, which is really what I want for you if you're not there yet. And I don't think that we live in a culture that supports any of that. And I know that I don't live in a culture that supports getting older. I know you think you're getting older because when I was your age, I thought I was getting older and I was old. And now 20 years later, I have news for you. You're young. You've got your whole life ahead of you. And I know people who are 10 and 20 years older than me are probably going to say the same thing to me. So let's get to where we are. Be here now, wherever it is you are. And let me tell you a few things about what I think I've learned and what I want to offer you with what I've learned. We're living in an environment right now where there are medications, GLP-1s, that can help you lose weight and are helping a lot of women lose weight. And weight loss is a big thing. Keeping it off is a big thing. But I think the biggest thing is trusting yourself and knowing that food has no control over you, with or without medication. So, what I actually want to talk to you about today and what I'm actually offering because of my celebration of my birthday, and need I mention also my anniversary with my husband, Michael, for almost 49 years, and his birthday that's coming up in September. And there are so many celebrations, and this used to be such a season of, oh, just go with the flow, do what you want, don't pay attention to your body at all. Like I was going to reward myself with food for the rest of this season and knowing what I would have to do when it was over. And it's such a pleasure not to be there anymore. I'm not saying those old thoughts don't come back. I'm not saying that I still don't have too many joy eats sometimes or that I don't overeat. I'm just saying that I really do know how to bring myself back and how to reconnect with my body, which is what I teach in the Thinner Peace process every day. And with the GLP-1s out, and I'm working with clients who are on them, and I'm around people who are on them. So I'm very, very curious about should you or shouldn't you. So I created a masterclass called GLP-1s Optional, because here's the thing. Do you know what women on GLP-1s tell me all the time? They say they can finally eat whatever they want and still lose weight. And I have to smile because that is exactly what I've been teaching for almost 20 years in my thinner peace process. I want you to learn to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full, and to believe that you can eat whatever you want and still lose weight, just like if you're on a GLP-1. The medication just helps you do what your brain can learn to do on its own. So now you actually have a decision to make, and I know a lot of you are thinking about this, and I want you to hear me on this. Living in the maybe is probably the worst place your brain can be. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe something else will work. Yes moves you forward, but no moves you forward too. Maybe keeps you stuck in confusion and doubt. You will either decide to train your brain to find peace around food, or you'll decide to talk to your doctor about a prescription. Either answer is a good answer because when you go down a path, you learn something. When you stay in the maybe, you learn nothing. So how long do you want to live there? I'd love for you to join me in my 3-day masterclass, GLP-1 optional, and let's try to get you out of the maybe for good and make a decision. Learn the thinner peace process or go to your doctor and get a prescription. There's no wrong and there's no right, but maybe it'll never get you anywhere. If you want to find out more about this, just go to drdebbutler.com. That's DRDEB Butler, BUTLER.com/brain, BRAIN. Because everything that I do in my thinner peace process helps train the brain. GLP-1s target the brain. Either way, you want to learn about that little brain in your head, what it's doing, and let me help you use it to get what you want. Just go to drdebbutler.com/brain, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks. And of course, I would never, ever end this podcast without saying to you, no matter where you go or what you do, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And as always, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you've been following my podcast and you're loving all the tools that I teach you, but you're just not sure that you can do it or apply it by yourself, then please go to drdebbutler.com/work with me. And you can find out if the program that I do and the coaching that I do will help you get to where you want to be, to learn all the tools that I teach and be able to make it a part of your life. Just go to drdebbutler.com/work with me. You can set up a free 30-minute mini session.